Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of India's Finest Workplaces. This week we showcase an organization that is empowering the economic transformation of the economy by providing financial services to micro enterprises, thereby delivering social impact. We bring to you Ifinance. This quaint little town in Bharatpur is witnessing an economic revolution of sorts. Micro enterprises are mushrooming and prospering. Ifinance is changing the way micro businesses finance themselves.
मुझे पैसे की ज़रूरत थी, मैंने पूछा था एक दो लोग से, उन्होंने बताया आया फाइनेंस से आप लोन ले सकते हो डेयरी के लिए, भैंस रखने के लिए। तो मैंने उनसे लिया, उन्होंने मुझे को 20 दिन के अंदर में पास करा दिया। कराने के बाद में फिर मैंने ये डेयरी का काम बढ़ाया। काम बढ़ाने के बाद में आज अच्छी प्रोग्रेस है मेरी, और जो भी है जो बढ़िया सिस्टम है।
There are many more like Chatur Singh, who now runs a full-fledged dairy, and Trilok Saini, who runs a manufacturing unit of piston locks. All with dreams in their eyes and Ifinance behind their back.
Ifinance के पास हम गए तो उन्होंने हमारे लिए जो उनके नियम हैं वो बताए, वो हमें पसंद आए। उनसे पैसे मिलने में कोई दिक्कत भी नहीं हुई, पैसे टाइम से मिल गए। सारी सुविधा जो भी उन्होंने देनी थी वो दे दी, और उस पैसे से हमने काम में ही लगाए थे। 2-3 मशीनें बढ़ाई, फिर मटेरियल भी लिया है, उससे काफ़ी मदद मिली है।
In this episode, we talk about the culture of oneness amongst employees, how the organization keeps them motivated and aligned to their social vision, and what makes Ifinance one of India's most preferred workplaces. A young and motivated organization, the employees at Ifinance are encouraged to build innovative solutions, automation and processes that address the challenges in the classical financial system, thereby helping the small and micro businesses and the society in many ways.
I was always excited about the way Ifinance has been working, the kind of segment it is working with. So I always wanted to work. So I joined here, and currently I'm working as a zonal business head, taking care of Rajasthan, Punjab, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh. So it's a significant size of portfolio with a very huge team. So it's a very exciting role, and I enjoy doing it every day.
I joined II in its second year as a management trainee straight out of college. At II, the kind of opportunities that you get, the growth opportunities that you get even at really early in your career is really phenomenal. In 3 years, if I look back, I have grown from a management trainee to head of strategy, leading multiple strategic initiatives across departments.
Founded by veteran bankers, Ifinance was incepted in 2014 with only one aim: to unlock the financial system for the small and micro enterprises. I have with me Sanjay Sharma, who's the MD of the organization, and is going to talk about the vision and how they're supporting a revolution of sorts when it comes to innovation and development. Thank you so much, Sanjay, for joining us on this show. Let me begin by asking you, as I said, Ifinance provides financial services to micro and small businesses. What led to the inception of, setting up an organization like this, which combines funds and perhaps a social impact of sorts, if I may say so?
You're very correct that Ifinance is a company that provides working capital loans to micro enterprises, and these are the smallest of enterprises in the country which haven't been the recipients of funds from either banks or from finance companies. So what we are doing in Ifinance is not just a commercial lending activity, which we do, but it also is a socially relevant work that helps in bringing these enterprises into the fold of organized work. Our 150,000 plus loans that we have given to micro enterprises have brought sunshine into the lives of these enterprises. It has opened doors for them to do well, to grow, and even grow their employment. So we are in a place where we are very fortunate that it's a crossroads of commercial lending and social impact. And this is what I think I does well, and this is what really energizes us.
We try to create an impact on the society, just because it's not only about increasing the size of the business and only in numbers. It's our social responsibility to give it back to the society as well.
मैंने iFinance ज्वाइन इसलिए किया क्योंकि मेरी स्टार्टिंग से इच्छा थी कि हम सोशल वर्क करें, कुछ कि लोगों को कुछ हेल्प करें उनका गरीबी से ऊपर उठाने में। और यहाँ के मुझे डबल बेनिफिट मिलता है। एक तो यही बेनिफिट मिलता है कि हम लोगों को उनकी ज़रूरत के अकॉर्डिंग उनको पैसा देके उनकी आर्थिक मदद करके हम उनको गरीबी से ऊपर उठाते हैं।
So I'm very intrigued by the name because I, of course, in English actually means an affirmative yes, so or an affirmative answer. How did you think about this name, and what was your thought process when you were actually penning it down?
Oh, yes, there's a very interesting story behind that. That when we started looking for a name, we knew that our customer would like a short syllable name, and also a name which hopefully comes from their vernacular language or similar to their vernacular language. I fits this bill very, very well, because while I means yes and it's positive, in Hindi it means income. In some regional languages it even means mother. So it has some very positive connotations across regions, and I think it's something that is something that appeals to our customers.
So as you rightly mentioned, funding to these micro enterprises and very small businesses is a fairly untapped market. How is Ifinance leading to empowering these entrepreneurs, if I may say so, and actually reaching the last mile? Can you just talk about the process?
Sure. See, there are almost close to 6 crore micro enterprises, and they provide employment to almost close to 12 crore jobs. And yet reaching them has always been a problem, because they are small, they don't maintain books of accounts, they do not have a digital footprint. Our approach of cluster-based lending has helped solve for that. We look at a business type or a cluster, and let's say if someone is manufacturing shoes, understanding how shoe manufacturing works, what sort of raw materials are needed, what sort of costs are incurred, what sort of cash flows are there in the business, helps in better estimating incomes based on whatever data is available. So we use a variety of data, use the cluster-based pattern to then arrive at how much to lend.
In a business model like this, employees really play a pivotal role in the success of the organization. So how do you look at getting the right people on board? Because in some ways they have to be socially motivated towards the cause as well.
Oh, absolutely important. I think I have no doubt that the engagement and the quality of employees is a critical factor in our success so far, and it will continue to be. When you look at how to build a team and retain a good team and a right team, as you said, it's very important to look at various things in the life cycle of an employee and be good at many of them, if not all. So in our case, we start with hiring. At the time of hiring, we want to make sure that the employee fits in very well with our social culture and our corporate culture. So even employees which are from the front line or from the back office are first introduced to the branches, and they actually go and meet a customer, because they need to feel comfortable with the market that we're going to serve. So a lot of our employees are either from a similar background as our customers, or if they are not, then they are exposed to our market early on before even a job offer is made. The second area that I would mention is that once the employee is in, the culture of what we mean and how socially relevant our jobs are is built right from the beginning. The first day of induction talks of vision, mission, talks of our value system. The third is that we also look at building the employee through training and through mentoring. So we spent a phenomenal amount of time training people, upgrading their skill. We have a mentoring program where we mentor employees. So that builds in them the ability to succeed. And finally, I think I would say that working in an environment which nourishes, which encourages employees, and working with a team of colleagues which are great people to work with is what makes our people happy. And that's also an important component in our structure.
Well, before I move forward, let's listen in to some of the employees that we talked to and how important they find the mentoring at the organization and their experience, their journey that they have felt, working for this social cause. Let's have a look at that first.
One of the key reasons why I joined this company was the learning opportunity and the career growth I can get from here, since it is a growing company and it is growing rapidly. And the senior management here is very much approachable. They are always ready to help us and guide us in any kind of situation.
Being in technology for many years at Ifinance, I have interacted with multiple employees across the organization. And one thing that is very prominent across the employees is that people work here with lot of ownership. People work here for a common cause, and that is for the betterment of our customer.
Lastly, on the road ahead, what is really the future vision for Ifinance, both for its stakeholders, the customers and the employees?
I think the vision for Ifinance, which motivates all of us, is that we want to become a company that is not just very successful, but we want to be an admired company. And when I say admired, I want the employees to feel that they have learned a lot in their careers, they have grown their careers, and not just grown their careers, some of them should go on and become thought leaders in this industry space. That is what admiration would be. So I think that is the vision. We want to be a large organization, but we also want to be seen as an organization which is very positive, true to our name, and creates positivity in an environment or in a social environment where it is very essential that we solve the problem for micro enterprises, because that's a very large social dividend that we can derive from.
Well, on that note, thank you so much, Sanjay, for joining us. And I hope that Ifinance actually truly becomes one of the most, not only, I would say, sought after companies to work for, but an inspiring organization to work for.
Thank you very much. And thank you for being here.
Thank you. Welcome back. You're watching India's finest workplaces, and I'm at the headquarters of Ifinance in Gurgaon to find out how they do things differently when it comes to employee welfare and growth. A people's organization, Ifinance also hires from the communities to build trust and bonding amongst their customers. With over 2,500 employees across 170 plus branches, it's the mentorship, regular training and development programs that help in nurturing the growth curve of an employee. We're now joined by Vikram Jetli, who's the Executive Director and the co-founder at Ifinance. Thank you so much, Vikram, for joining us.
Thank you.
You know, we spoke to Sanjay a little while back, and he talked about how people form an integral part when it comes to success of the organization. If I had to ask you, what's the people's philosophy at Ifinance?
Okay, so we have a very simple philosophy. We believe our mantra is basically 100% work, 150% delivery. So if each and every employee has a clear-cut goal objective, we use innovative ways to deliver those goals. And finally, at the end of the day, the team is there to actually, enjoy. We celebrate all events. We celebrate, successes which we have throughout the month. Yeah.
So, since you hire from, of course, the usual hiring techniques that everybody do, but you also hire from the communities. So, is people management looked a little differently here?
We actually hire people from the same strata of society. Our customer are more of base of pyramid customers. So, generally, we hire people also from the same strata of society. They understand the culture very well. They understand their beliefs. The language is very, very important. Train them to ensure that, they speak the same language as the customer.
So, employee growth and development is a very integral part of an employee's professional journey. What are some of the measures or programs at Ifinance that look at this holistic growth?
So, we have multiple programs, right from, organizing a branch managers meeting to basically a LA meeting is where we actually go and teach and train our people. So we have a lot of our refresher trainings which take place. We have booster trainings, we have induction trainings, we do a lot of shadow trainings. So a combination of these trainings help our people to actually grow. A lot of our people who initially started at the loan advisor level, which is the origination level. Today they have actually become branch managers managing a portfolio of 30-40 crores each. So we actually create managers who are not just salespeople, but they understand the entire gamut of the lending business.
आज मेरे यहाँ पे 10 से 12 लोग हैं जो कि फील्ड स्टाफ से लेके असिस्टेंट सेल्स मैनेजर और ब्रांच हेड लेवल तक गए हैं. बहुत सारे ब्रांच हेड जो हैं वो क्लस्टर हेड से लेके स्टेट हेड तक गए. सो वो एक जो ग्रोथ पाथ है वो मुझे किसी और कंपनी में देखने को नहीं मिलता. मैंने 12 साल में कई बैंक्स में काम किया है, NBFCs में काम किया है, MFI में काम किया है, लेकिन 2 साल में मैंने जो मैनेजमेंट का जो ग्रोथ प्लान है टुवर्ड्स द एम्प्लॉय वो जितना ट्रांसपेरेंट और जितना अच्छे से एग्जीक्यूट आई फाइनेंस करती है शायद वो मैंने 12 साल में कहीं और देखा नहीं है.
Work life balance at I is always maintained. We believe in giving a proper work environment to all our employees. My team is almost 2 and 2.5 years old with me, and we have been regularly achieving all our targets.
Coming to the lending business, what are some of the products, if you can talk us through them in terms of when you're financially empowering the micro enterprises that we talk about?
So right now we actually give 2 kind of loans. We have a working capital loan and we also give an asset creation loan. Our segments are, we give loans to manufacturers, to traders, to service people, to the job contractors, and also we give loans for dairy. We are also started doing a discounting loan product, which is basically a buyer supplier. Most of our customers need urgent, supplies. So buyer supplier discounting product actually helps them out. Also, going forward, we are trying to get into machine loans so that we can actually create an asset for our customers.
So if I had to ask you, what makes you look forward to work every day and with that same zeal and vigor come to the office, what would that be?
I would say that it's interacting with people, which is very important. When we started this organization, the first year we had 20 people. From a 20 people organization, today we have grown to 2,500 plus people organization. We are a 170 strong branch organization, and that actually gives me a kick to wake up in the morning and ensure that these as a team, there's professional camaraderie in the team and we deliver together as a team.
All right, on that note, thank you so much, Vikram, for joining us.
Thank you.
Community programs, rewards and recognitions, and celebrating successes is a key element for employees to choose their workplace. And Ifinance leaves no stone unturned in making this working culture at the organization open, inclusive and engaging. I'm now joined by Ankur Sharma, who's the head HR at Ifinance and at the helm of perhaps employee management and their development. Thank you, Ankur, for joining us on this show. Let me begin by asking you, as head HR, it's quite a daunting task, to give that wow experience to your, let's say, 2,500 plus employees across the length and the breadth of the countries, and some of them even in the remotest places of the country. How do you do that?
Well, that's true. Our people operate from 170 plus locations in India, and despite that geographical spread, there are 2 factors which help us in giving them a wow experience. First is uniformity in everything we do. Every initiative that we take is implemented at every location with the same spirit and without diluting the original flavor. Second factor that helps us is multimodal two-way communication. Every voice is heard and issues are resolved within minutes as and when they arise. Every state has an HR business partner who travels to the branches at least once a month. Leadership also keeps frequently traveling to the branches to connect to the people. In addition, we have a lot of channels like a ticket management system, HR help desk and regional WhatsApp groups to connect to the people in different ways and also resolve their issues real time.
So, I'm glad you touched upon certain nuances of technology, because technology plays a key role whereas performance and impact of what employees do is concerned. So how do you leverage technology when it comes to employee training and development?
Well, technology is at the focal point of all our people interventions. Our entire people life cycle, from talent acquisition to performance management to exit, is executed online. We have our own in-house digital learning platform called ILM, which provides 24/7 access to learning. This app is also available on mobile and it helps us track learning effectiveness through assessments. We have our own intranet called IO, which allows people to set their goals and measure their performance on these goals as and when they want to. We do have a 360-degree feedback app called Unnati, which allow people to exchange feedback, not just with their team members, but also at the peer level. These are just few examples which illustrate the focus that I lays upon technology.
So before Ankur asks you, more questions about employee development and progress, let us hear from some of the people who work at Ifinance on how, these programs are helping them grow and nurture their careers.
Sure.
Let's take a look.
One thing that has greatly impressed me is that despite our aggressive business growth, we've not lost focus on our people. In fact, it has only grown. We've been heavily investing in the training of our employees across diverse skill sets. We have sales and collection workshops for our field staff, Six Sigma programs for our process functions. There are people who are making apps, people who are using AI for building risk models. So there is something challenging for everyone inside the organization. And I think this is what creates a wonderful career opportunity for people here.
This is our aim, that we are able to provide ultimate service to the customers, and moreover this also boosts up the confidence of our employees that yes, I'm here, the company loves me, and they have introduced something which I can be in tune with the latest developments in the field on the go.
So, obviously rewards and recognition is something that always motivates an employee to work better. Can you talk about, a few of the rewards and recognition programs at Ifinance that offer that unique experiences to them?
As leaders have created a culture of recognition and appreciation which is strengthened by our recognition programs. Our recognition programs are unique in their scope as well as implementation. For instance, our award categories are diverse and cater to people from all departments, job types and work levels. The awards are called Ai Ka Tara or Chha Gaye because our people connect to them better. The awards are highly personalized too. For example, in the annual awards, we give white goods and vehicles to our people depending on what they need. These are just a few of the examples which illustrate our culture of appreciation and recognition.
So, when we spoke to your employees at Ifinance, they wanted to talk a little bit about the rewards and recognition program and what they've received. Let's listen into them.
We have extensive rewards and recognitions for all our employees doing all the types of jobs. We have different types of activities in the credit unit, and we feel that this activity, by rewarding them properly on the correct note, is always important. So we have something like a pat on the back, which is a Chha Gaye award if they do something really well, which is also a spontaneous, cash award. Then we have our regular service excellence award, which we carry out throughout the month, and the regular Ai Ka Tara award, which is given basis on their productivity and all the other measures. This keeps my team very motivated and helps me, to keep them charged and get going always.
It's very exciting to see and to know about how celebrations and this oneness, culture of oneness that we are talking about is so integral to the fabric of Ifinance. How do you keep this spirit alive and kicking in? Can you tell us a little bit about, the unique celebrations that you do here?
Well, I is one big family. We do work hard, but we also ensure we have a good time. Every major festival is celebrated by our people at each and every location with the same enthusiasm and flavor. In addition, we have our own unique celebrations, like we have Ek Aam Din, or we also call it the Mango Day. On this Mango Day, everybody just eats mangoes at the onset of the summer season. Recently, we celebrated our Founders Day when everybody from the NCR region went to an orphanage and painted the walls of the orphanage, which was a very touching experience for the people. So we do ensure that we have a good time at and beyond work.
Right. So let's listen into some of them on their experiences during these celebrations and these fun events that happen at the organization.
Ifinance के जो सबसे अच्छी बात है मुझे ये लगता है कि यहाँ पे हम जितने भी त्योहार होते हैं हमारे छोटे बड़े जितने भी ये सब लोग बहुत ही मिलके और एकत्रित के साथ इसको सेलिब्रेट करते हैं, चाहे वो ब्रांच में हो या हमारे हेड ऑफिस में हो। जैसे कि हमारा दिवाली हो गया, होली हो गया, इंडिपेंडेंस डे हो गया, और सबसे अच्छी चीज़ जो है यहाँ पे जितने भी हमारे एम्प्लॉयज़ हैं उनका हम बर्थडे सेलिब्रेशन करते हैं। मतलब एम्प्लॉय को लगता है कि जिस दिन उसका बर्थडे है ज़्यादातर लोग छुट्टियां करते हैं, बट उसको लगता है कि आज मुझे ऑफिस जाना चाहिए.
So lastly, you've given us this holistic picture of, how employees are treated as this one family here in the organization. So what, if I had to ask you, what really makes Ifinance the finest place to work in, specifically in the kind of work that you do? What would that be?
I believe what makes I the best place to work is its work culture. Leaders have faith in the capabilities of their teams and allow them to experiment. Everyone knows they have the freedom to make their own decisions and intelligent mistakes are accepted. Teams also have faith in their leaders who are highly accessible. People are very positive and fun to work with. In fact, we have heard that people saying that they actually enjoy coming to work in the morning every day. In fact, we have a policy when we do not allow people to stay very late in the office, and almost every other evening we have to ask people to go back home.
Well, that's the yardstick. I think when someone enjoys coming to work and looks forward to it every morning, I think they are perhaps working in one of the finest workplaces, if I could say so. On that note, thank you so much, Ankur, for joining us on this show.
Absolutely.
With core values of customer service, innovation and social good, Ifinance is powering a new India, instilling a sense of pride amongst all its employees. With that, it's a wrap on this episode. We'll see you soon with another inspiring organization and workplace. Till then, thank you for watching.